You are already being used. Right now, while you watch this. Someone in your life is loyal to what you give them, not to you. And the worst part? You taught them exactly how to do it. Every time you stayed loyal, you handed someone else a weapon. Not because you were weak, because nobody told you the rules. There is a game being played all around you. You were never given the rule book. Loyalty was supposed to be sacred. They turned it into currency. What you call loyalty, they call leverage, and they are not ashamed. Stay, because what comes next will change everything you thought was true. You have been called too trusting, too emotional, too available. You were told that your openness was the flaw. It was not. Your openness was the resource. They were the extractors. They did not stumble into your life. They recognized what you offered. Generosity without strategy is not virtue. It is an open door. Systems are designed to reward those who understand them. You were never taught this. The people around you learned the rules in rooms you were never invited into. Your loyalty was real. Their response was calculated. That asymmetry between what you gave and what they felt is the wound. But here is what they never wanted you to understand. Understanding the game does not make you the villain, it makes you free. The map is not the territory, and Machiavelli drew the real map. And that map was buried because the people on top needed you lost. Not anymore. Niccolò Machiavelli was not a monster, he was a mirror. He watched governments collapse, allies betray, power shift overnight, and he wrote it all down, honestly, brutally, completely. He was exiled for it, tortured for it. History tried to bury him for it. They called his work evil. They called him dangerous. They were right about the second one. Because dangerous to whom? To those who needed you confused. He said this, exactly this, and it cost him everything. Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims. Niccolò Machiavelli. Let that sentence live in your chest for a moment, because it describes your life. Loyalty without leverage is not a bond, it is a donation. You showed up consistently, without conditions, and they called it your personality. Machiavelli knew what is freely given is freely forgotten. When you were the constant, people stopped calculating the cost of losing you. You made yourself a guarantee. Guarantees are taken for granted. The practical move? Become someone whose presence carries uncertainty. Presence is power. Let there be moments where they are not certain you will come. Watch how they change. This knowledge is for protection, not destruction. Drop this in the comments. My presence is a privilege, not a promise. You learn nothing about loyalty in abundance. Scarcity shows you everything. Think about the last time things got hard for you. Count who showed up. Machiavelli did not trust friends of fortune. He respected friends of fire. People reveal themselves when the reward disappears. This is not cynicism. It is calibration. The practical move? Manufacture small tests. Inconvenience people with honesty. See who leans in. The people who stay when you have nothing are the only people who matter. Stop mourning the ones who left. They showed you something priceless. Drop this in the comments. I am tested by fire, not applause. They gave you the gift of clarity. Honor it by using it. They told you they would die for you, and then they did not show up for dinner. Declarations are performances. Actions are architecture. Machiavelli understood that words are the cheapest currency in any relationship. Think about who has told you the most and delivered the least. The practical move? Watch the calendar, not the speech. Presence is not poetic, it is evidence. Stop judging people by what they say to your face. Study what they do to your back. What they do when no one is watching, especially when you are the no one, that is the data. Drop this in the comments. I study actions, not auditions. Your loyalty is architectural. It builds things. Do not give it to those who only perform. Need is the wound that everyone can smell. Power is the healed scar. The moment you need their approval, their loyalty, their presence, you have handed them the throne. This is not coldness. This is sovereignty. There is a profound difference. Think about the people who always seemed to get what they wanted. They didn't beg, they selected. The practical move? Before any interaction, ask yourself, what do I need from this? Then want it less, out loud, in your posture. People respect what they cannot fully have. People take what is always available. You are not a vending machine. Stop being operated by whoever inserts the right coin. Machiavelli understood the prince who is everything to everyone is nothing to himself. Decide what you are before the world decides for you. Then hold that line. Machiavelli said a prince must be both a lion and a fox. Most people are trapped as one. The lion cannot see the trap. The fox cannot carry the weight. You must be both. Think about where you have been too direct and paid for it, where you were too clever and lost the thread. The practical move? Read the terrain before you choose the tool. Power is contextual. Loyalty to a method is the death of results. Loyalty to the outcome. Switch the method. Drop this in the comments. I am the lion and the fox. I choose the moment. People who never change approach have already lost. They just haven't received the news yet. Strength and cunning are not opposites. In the hands of the sovereign, they are partners. The person in the room who can be both will always run the room. Remember this. Your loyalty is not a default setting. It is a rare and finite resource. Machiavelli was loyal, but to truth, to outcomes, to those who had proven themselves in fire. Most people give loyalty to whoever asked for it most recently. That is not loyalty. That is exhaustion. The practical move? Write down 3 names right now, people who have earned your loyalty through proof. Everyone else is an applicant. Stop volunteering your loyalty like it costs nothing. It costs you pieces of your life. Chosen loyalty is sacred. Automatic loyalty is a tax you never agreed to pay. Drop this in the comments. I am the destination, not the pursuit. When you protect your loyalty, you are not closing, you are choosing, and choice is the foundation of power. You have been waiting for permission that was never coming. The old you is dead. Every lesson in this video was a door. You have been walking through them. You are a weapon pointed at your own future, and you're just now learning to aim. Machiavelli did not write for princes. He wrote for the person who was ready to stop being ruled. Every time you waited for loyalty that was not there, you were practicing the wrong religion. You belong to no one. That is not loneliness. That is sovereignty. Taste the difference. This is the truth they buried with Machiavelli. This is what they hoped you would never read. And now you know. Which means the next move is entirely yours. You came here for content. You're leaving with architecture. There is a channel being built here, not for everyone, for the ones who are ready. If this resonated, not as entertainment, but as something you recognized, you already know what to do. Subscribe if you're building yourself, not if you're looking for comfort. This channel does not do comfort. Every week we bring you the maps they tried to keep from you. Next week goes deeper. Before you leave, sit with this question, not for seconds, for days. Who in your life benefits most from you not knowing what you just learned?